Yeah, good afternoon. This is really afternoon, not night, not morning, just afternoon. I started this video yesterday, but there was something wrong with the internet. I had to break, so now I have to change. This is video 11.2, and that's locus construction, and also here today is 7th, so there should be 7th, and that is how we start today. Now, last time, last time we did a few things. We created a pattern like this one here, and we said that this is pattern with approximate construction. And of course, not many people will notice that the construction is approximate, but we still know, and we still know that these squares that are here are not the same size. And I promised you to make this pattern differently, and there are two different ways of doing it. One that we will do today, this is the neusis construction or locus solution. Locus solution because you see in geometry sketch, but you have a function locus, and we never use it because there was no opportunity for it. So that is fine. So we'll use it today. And this is a very useful construction because you can apply it in many other places. So locus solution will be our today's drawing, and if the time will permit, I will also go back to some ratios, and I will talk about SDD as construction, but if time permits. So let's go back. This is where we start. Today is 7th, 08, and we start. Let me to remind you the situation that we had in the previous class. Line style medium and make it color red, that is fine. Okay, and now I draw two perpendicular lines. That's the same thing like previous time, and now transform, rotate, how much? 90 degrees divided by 4. This is what we are getting. Now double click on the bottom left corner, transform, rotate, but this time with the angle different way. So this is this. And we get this point. This is the point that we need for the regular octagon. So hide these lines and just draw two segments this way. And now construct the midpoint here. Okay, and also you can, or we can, draw the symmetry line. So this plane lines that thin. You can even make it dashed. I like having symmetry lines dashed because they just remind us where are we doing. Okay, and let me to just go back one or few steps. Okay, not this one. Maybe not. Okay, I will take this part. Okay, control copy and go it back. So you will see what we are doing. Yes, okay, you remember how we got this triangle. We had lines like here, and we had lines like here, and we had this, okay? So our goal in this case is exactly the same, but we want to make it very precise, very well done. So let's start in a very unprecise way. select a point on the edge. You can select it on right, on a left. Okay, that's really up to us. And now start with them. This point is still flexible. You can move it like you want. Okay, now take this point and right edge. Construct parallel line. Now I have to change colors because otherwise lines stay solid. Okay, so we are just going this way. Perfectly fine. Now double click on the bottom edge. Select the line, transform, reflect. Okay. Double click on the middle line. Select the new line, transform, reflect. Okay. And of course, I said this point is flexible, so we can do whatever we want. Okay. Now, what I do, I construct perpendicular line. That's the beginning of my square. Now, if this is the square, so construct perpendicular line, okay, and you still see I can make it bigger, smaller, that is up to me, okay. Now what I do, I just take this point, this is the corner of the square, this line, and construct parallel line, okay, but okay, just okay, now construct parallel line, parallel, not okay. Yeah. Okay. So we got another point, and you expect that this will be the right corner of the new square. Okay. And you see how it is changing. Okay. And now this is the moment when we do the locus construction. If we were in the old times, it means in the Greek times, we could just take a ruler and move it in such a way that it will cross this line. But in a computer, you're doing this in a different way. So select the point that you can move, okay? And select the final point that we want to get, okay? And we want to get this point here on this edge. So what we do, construct and locus. Okay, look what we got. We got a special line, and whatever we do, this point here, I will make it, let's say, orange, and this one is also orange. So this point is moving still on this line. Okay, so this line, and this line is fixed. Okay, it's not moving. Just observe what I am doing. Okay, just look at this. I am moving the point and this line is standing. So my next thing is that go to the locus line. Okay, select this point, and this is our main point for everything what we do. So now select all these points, select these lines. We don't need them anymore. Okay, just hide this one. Edit action button, hide and show. So hide these objects. We still have this point, and this is the point that is here. Okay, so what we do from this point to this segment, construct perpendicular line. Okay, and now what we do, transform, reflect, it will work. Okay, and then take this line, reflect. Okay, Then take this segment line, transform, reflect. Okay, take this point again, but this time make it normal white. Okay, not orange. Okay, and just make a perpendicular line to this one or to this one, construct perpendicular line. Okay, and now finish this construction, construct again perpendicular line here. Okay, so what we got two identical squares. I will show you why they are identical, but later when I will finish making my tools. So now I don't need the locus line. So edit action button hide, okay, and it is saying hide locus line. I'm saying locus line because this is really a line, but in many situations locus may not be just a straight line. Okay, so let's draw our segments and let's finish our pattern. Yes, display line style medium. Now 1, 2, and then one like this. Okay, we could do this, we could do this, and then this way. Okay, and now double click. So we just have to reflect these segments. Okay, and this one. Okay, and then this one. Double click, transform, reflect. Yes, we got the linear version of this pattern. Let's go to the next page. Add, duplicate, 12. Okay, so we got the locus construction. We don't need these things. Okay, well, we have to finish the top part because the top part doesn't look good. So transform, reflect, and just this point. So we can add these two minor segments, and then we have exactly the same what we did here. Okay, and of course I don't need this, I don't need this. Okay, and of course this segment is still missing. Okay, I have this is the same what I had here. Okay, and now I can just select all lines with one exception. The mirror line I will still keep. So display hide lines. I don't need them anymore. Okay. And now I can really make something very interesting. So let me to go back to my previous things. Okay, I have here a very nice color palette like this one. Okay, so if you prefer blue, we can make it blue. So yes, and go back. Okay, that's my blue palette, and I can start painting everything with the blue colors. Yes, so that's the color that I will put here. I may put this one. Okay, so this one is the same like this one. Okay, now I can use the same color for the bottom part. That is fine. Okay, but I can use again the same color or something different for this part. Now this part we can make darker like this one. Okay, so that is fine. Now if I made it like this, so it is wise to make this part the same. And now what I will do, I will just take this part, but not like this. I don't like having too many colors like this, so made it like this. Okay, and then what else I can do? Even here, I think like this. Do I need the central part? Well, we can. Why not? Okay. If I am happy with this, I'm not feeling this part because I just want to skip a few things. So now what I do, I select all these. No, I will make this, okay, like this. I want to have it slightly different. Okay, now select these polygons. And I said double click on this line, transform, reflect. That's perfectly fine. Okay. Now select everything, display align style thin. Okay. And then what I can do, I can just say select all points, edit, select all points. The only 2 points that I need are these, okay? And then I would like to remove these, okay? Edit action button, hide and show, so hide objects, okay? Now what I will do, I will just do this, okay? And this is a long triangle neusis construction, okay? So you can take octagon and you can fill the octagon. Just take any octagon that I have here, okay, and just take this here and see how you will be filling this octagon with the long triangle neusis. Okay, don't worry that some parts are disappearing. They will come back. Okay, just remove the background. You see, this is what we got. We still have here empty areas, but that's not a really problem. Okay, now what I would like to do, I would like to do the part in the corners. So what I do, I take, or maybe this one, okay, File, Document Options, Add, Duplicate, page 13. Okay, that's the last one. Okay, now show objects. Okay, that's fine. Do I need anything else? No, I don't need. Okay, listen. That's the same step like with the one that we did. So transform, rotate 45 degrees. Okay, just enough to get this point. So this is color red. Okay, and now what I do, I just take lines this way, and this way. Okay, and if I wish to make colors consistent, I should just say this part is the same. Okay, I can even make the same color here, but then I need another color to here, and I can just take this dark blue, display color, the other one. Okay, I really don't like having so many colors like this, so I will just go back and I will just choose this one. So display color, that's the one here. Okay, and now again double click and then transform reflect. Okay, now I have to just make a lot of cleaning. So, okay, so I say display hide straight objects, okay. I don't need this point. Okay, and now points, edit, select all points. Again, I need only these 2 points. The rest is just not important. Display hide points. Okay. Do I have segments here? I think I did not make segments here. Okay. So just to be consistent, because we have segments on this part. Okay. Just like this and like this. I know my segments are coming red in this moment, but I don't care at the moment what I'm getting. So now display hide straight objects. Now, okay, what was this? Hide objects, display hide segments. I don't need these new points, they are new points, so display hide intersections. Now let's fix this thing. This edit, okay, select all segments, display color black, okay, and I got what I really wanted. So let me to do a new tool, okay, and then I will call it kite extend kite neusis. That's fine. Okay. So we have two new tools. Let's check what we have. Okay. A long triangle neusis that looks like this. Okay. And we have kite neusis that looks like this. You still can change colors. If you want, you still can change colors. There's no problem. For example, if you don't like this color, it is you can always go to color, ask, and make it much darker like this one. Okay, a bit of yellowish. Okay, no, it was fine. Okay, so now this color can be like this. Okay, and now you have to make our tools again. So I create a new tool, long triangle again, and then call it like the same. So this is new tool, long kite again. Okay, fine. So we did what we wanted to do. Document options, add blank page, because we want to make a new pattern. So I'm just cheating in this moment because I should just make a regular. Okay, but this thing is just enough. Okay, so what I do, I just make line, 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 and line. Why I need these lines? Because these are the midpoints for the square. Okay, and that is all. Edit, select all polygons, edit action button, hide and show, because I will need to hide these polygons. And now I can start filling this thing with pattern. First thing, let's make it large. It is nice to work with the full screen. And now what we do. Long triangle again. This is my long triangle. Okay. And that's the one. That's the one. That's the one. And like this. And again the same here. So what we do this. And then again. And then again. Okay, now if you are scared that we lost something, then you can just say send back. Okay, you see, double click on the polygon and right click send back, and now this one send back, and now this one send back. Okay, now we have to use the other tool, long kite again. Okay, so we do this, and then this way, and then this way. No, not this way. Yes, and that's perfectly fine. And then this is like this, and then here, and then like this, and here, and this is what we have. So let's go to the next page. File, a document options, add, duplicate, page 15, and then what we can do. First, we don't need these. Okay, let's keep the lines here. I don't bother too much about them, but I need a background for everything. But anyway, hide polygons. And now get back polygons. Now press delete button. Polygons are gone. And then let's start making a new polygon. Just the one here that will cover the whole thing, just like this. And now what we do, send it to the back. Okay, if you like this color, you are perfectly fine. You can keep it. No problem with this. So let's keep these lines, but file, document options. I want to have. Okay, now make this small. Okay, now what you do, transform. Okay, I should not select these lines. Okay, but I should even not select these lines. I need only this point. So transform, reflect. Okay, don't worry, it is still. And then double click. And now what I do, I remove all these lines. I don't need them. Hide these lines. Just remember, okay, this point was just by mistake. And now what I do, yeah, transform, reflect. Okay, so now send to back. Now send this thing to back. That's not a problem. Now put the edge, because the edge is important. Yeah, just this way. Okay, and now what I want to do, I want to remove points on the edge. This is a bit time consuming, but I will show you a trick that makes a lot of interesting effects. Okay. So I say display height points. They are gone. And now, okay, I think this will be possible if I will be okay. So display height points and just be careful, but mark only points, display height points. Okay, now I don't need this one, height points. So what I do, edit, select all segments, display line style, color, black. That is fine, okay. And now select all points, edit, select point, all points, display a point style, and make them very large. You can have these points in any color you want, so you may just select all these points and display color. You can make them red, but I prefer to have them really dark red like this one. Okay, and this is what you're getting. Okay, so the points in this form are just a nice decoration that you can use in your designs and it will be fine. You can also select all segments. Okay, display color segments, you can make them white. Okay, it will change completely the whole pattern. Look at this, how different is this pattern than the one before. Okay, so you have so many options to play with color and structures, and especially, okay, so that's our pattern that we did. Okay, so let me to finish this part. Let me to save this thing, and then what I will do, I will stop recording. Okay,